Hello there, very good evening and welcome to your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Florine Rajendran. Before going to the stories in detail, here's a look at tonight's headlines.
Signs of recalling for SLFP members who were removed from the party Central Working Committee.
අවුරුද්දෙන් පස්සේ ඒකට අදාළ ලිපි ලැබෙනවා කියන කාරණය අපිට සැලකලා සිටියා.
A political clash in Gannorua injures 4, 20 arrested. A group suspected to be police officers robbed 900,000 rupees from a businessman in Gaul. 1 million kilograms of vegetables goes to waste in Dambulla.
MP TB Ekanayaka today said that he hopes the letters sent to party seniors who were removed from the Central Working Committee of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will be revoked.
MPs SM Chandrasena, Bandula Gunawardena, TB Ekanayaka and Salinda Disanayaka were removed from the Central Working Committee of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party over the weekend. The letters directed to the MPs were sent bearing the signature of the President, who is also the SLFP chairman. Speaking to the media yesterday, parliamentarian SM Chandrasena said he hopes to seek legal action over the decision meted out against them. A demonstration took place at the Homagama Junction today against the decision taken to remove MP Bandula Gunawardena from the party Central Working Committee. Western Provincial Councillors and Homagama Pradesh Sabha members were present for this demonstration. Speaking to the media today, parliamentarian TB Ekanayaka said that he hopes the letters sent to the MPs, including himself, would be revoked.
After the members gathered at the Askiri grounds for the funeral of the late Mahanayaka of the Askiri chapter, the General Secretary of the SLFP, Anura Priyadarshana and Susil Premajayanta had advised the party chairman, President Maithripala Sirisena, to revoke the decision that was taken. We hope that the letters revoking the decision would be sent to us after the new year.
Items to contact the General Secretary of the SLFP, Anura Priyadarshana and the National Organizer, Susil Premajayanta, to confirm these claims proved futile. However, speaking to the BBC Sinhala service, Susil Premajayanta made the following statement yesterday.
A discussion took place between the MP who received the letter, another group of MPs and the President. As we have been informed, the discussion has taken place in a very cordial manner. I believe that a different decision can be achieved over the MPs of the Central Working Committee.
The persons who were arrested over a clash that broke out at an office owned by a political party in Gannorua, Peradeniya were released on bail.
The altercation was reported last night. Police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara said the clash broke out between members of the political party and the owner of the building.
It was the JVP that helped me to build this. Later, the Frontline Socialist Party members had divided this and several of them remained. They tried to operate this the way they wanted. I told them to leave, but they did not. So I lodged a complaint with the police. We were using this office. We have a deed which shows that this was leased to us for 20 years. We used this based on those rights.
It has also been reported that a group of JVP members had arrived for the support of the owner of the building.
A group stormed out. They forcefully remained inside the office that we built. We sent them out of the office in a proper manner.
4 persons who were injured in the incident were hospitalized and 3 of them had already left the hospital. 20 others who were arrested over the altercation were arrested and were released on bail after they were produced before the acting magistrate of Kandy. A
group like the JVP became a partner of the government, also the member of the executive committee. If they are behaving in this manner while in this capacity, how will they behave when they are given power? We have deeds that prove a lease for 20 years. The police and courts accepted this fact. Our assembly and operations at this office is taking place under the legal framework.
අපේ රැඳී සිටීම සහ අපේ කාර්යාලය නීතිමය පදනමක් සහිතව සිද්ධ වෙන එකක් කියලා.
There is a thing produced at one place and another produced at the police. There are various forms of agreements. However, those who sign these agreements are not the ones who are present here today. I have not given anything to the Frontline Socialist Party.
People voiced their concerns and protest over an attempt to fill a marshy land illegally in Kittanpahua, Vellampitia. Newsfirst directed this plight to the respective authorities. Newsfirst.lk filed the following report over the incident.
Area residents voiced the objection against the filling of a marshy land in an illegal manner in Kittanpahua, Vellampitia yesterday. The people in the area contacted Newsfirst to share their plight on this action, which is being carried out by government officials and political forces. Chairman of the Central Environmental Authority, Professor Lal Dharmasiri, says that he will look into the matter and will bring this issue to the attention of relevant government officials. The Central Environmental Authority, as mentioned, fulfilled this promise. More information on this land was carried out with the assistance of police.
We approached the police in order to stop this. We also approached the Environmental Authority as well as several other authorities. When we returned in the evening, we had to face a lot of pressure from various individuals. We were also told that if we invite the media and hold protests, then they would assault us.
A stream which flows through Vellampitia, Brandyavatta and Vannavatta ends up on 3.5-acre area of marshy land. Area residents say that prior to the landfill, a feet of water would fill this marshy land after normal rainy day.
අපේ ගේ ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න අර කොච්චර රිපෙයාර් කරත් පතුරු ගැලවෙනවා. මෙච්චරක් විතර උසට වතුරේ මේ සාමාන්‍ය එක දවසක් වැස්සොත්. මේ කිත්තම්
If you are on this Kittanpahua road, you can see water collected in many areas. This water puddle bears testament to this and shows the fair request put forth by the people. That is why officials need to find an immediate solution to this problem.
Filling of land for agricultural purposes is done subsequent to permission granted by the Commissioner of Agrarian Services. If land is being filled in low-lying areas, this should be done under the guidance of the Low-Lying Areas and Development Corporation after proper drainage system is being constructed. This too should be granted approval by the Central Environmental Authority. However, it was discovered that filling of land on this 3.5-acre marshy land was done without obtaining any approval.
As far as I know, this has been happening for a few weeks. But this is the first time that the Central Environmental Authority was informed about this. This is an old farmland. No farmland can be filled without prior permission obtained from the Commissioner of Agrarian Services. I would like to state that we will gather all the relevant institutions and address this issue before the New Year season. We would like to thank Newsfirst for helping us. This is a great service rendered to the people in the area. Even if officials do not listen to the people, but as a media organization, the action that you all have taken is greatly appreciated.
We would like to thank Sirasa. If this place gets flooded, our children would not have any place to live. We would have no other option but to start living on the road. That is why I would extend my gratitude for helping us find a solution. We are indebted to Sirasa.
A complaint has been lodged at the Karapitia Hospital police post stating that a police officer and several others believed to be ex-police officers had robbed 900,000 rupees from a businessman in Gaul.
The businessman who faced this unfortunate incident is a 40-year-old resident of Mitiagoda in Gaul. This individual, who was in the profession of lending money on interest, had been stopped by the police 4 days ago while returning home in the Alutwala area in Mahagangoda. They came from behind and grabbed me from my collar, asking me where I was going. When I told them where I was going, they checked me and asked me how much money I have on me. I told them I had almost 900,000 rupees. Then they accused me of gambling. I denied. Then they took the money I had and assaulted me and pushed me down to the floor.
There was this one person in a uniform who kicked my back when I was down several times. I had another 4,000 rupees in my pocket. They took that too. I fainted when they took me to the detaining areas. I remember waking up in hospital.
Newsfirst contacted the police media spokesperson ASP Ruan Gunasekara regarding this incident.
This person who made the complaint was a suspect who was arrested by the Meetiyagoda police in the same area for illegal gambling on the 9th of April. He was released on bail after being produced before the Balapitiya magistrate. Afterwards, he had admitted himself to the Karapitiya hospital and had made the complaint. The police are currently conducting an investigation into verifying these claims.
කෙසේ නමුත් මෙම පැමිණිල්ලේ සත්‍යාසත්‍යතාවය පිළිබඳව මේ වන විට සහකාර පොලිස් අධිකාරීවරයෙකු විසින් විමර්ශනයක් ආරම්භ කර තිබෙනවා.
The Sinhala and Indian New Year will dawn at 1:47 p.m. tomorrow. The significance of the new year is that the entire country comes together to take part in various activities at one given time.
New Year dawns on April 14th at 1:47 p.m. Nonagata, or the inauspicious time, is from 7:23 a.m. till 8:11 p.m. on Tuesday, the 14th of April. It is noted to finish any partaking of food before 7:23 a.m. and engage only in religious activities during this period. At 2:05 p.m. on Tuesday, the 14th of April, attired and adorned in red and facing the east, kindle the hearth and prepare milk rice out of red rice mixed with sugarcane, jaggery and dikiri, and a sweet dish made of rice corn, also known locally as vilanda. Auspicious time for the first business transaction and for partaking of meals is at 2:42 p.m. on Tuesday the 14th of April, facing the east, attired in red.
According to the Commissioner General of Prisons, food brought from outside are not permitted within the prisons on a normal day. However, during these 2 days, there would be an exception made on food brought from outside. He went on to note that all the New Year traditions will be followed in prisons island-wide. The objective of this grace period is aimed at providing an understanding on the phrase, prisoners are human beings, and also provide a connectivity with the outside world.
Accidents are also a very prominent topic of discussion during the festive season. Following is a report regarding accidents which occurred on the 13th to the 16th of April last year.
Adults as well as children are usually hospitalized with eye injuries as a result of accidents during this festive season. In most cases, these accidents are caused by firecrackers or sparklers, commonly known as nila sticks, which have been used in a reckless manner. There are certain instances where people are injured while trying to steal firecrackers from the neighboring houses. Sometimes we witness severe injuries which are not always related to eyes and that general area. Some individuals even lose their fingers. Parents should be careful when letting children handle fireworks.
147 drivers were nabbed during island-wide patrols for driving under the influence of alcohol. Police media spokesperson ASP Ruan Gunasekara said that the majority of those arrested were three-wheeler drivers. He went on to say that operations to nab or apprehend drivers under the influence of alcohol will continue during the festive season.
The Consumer Affairs Authority is continuing to carry out raids to nab deceitful traders and remove food items that do not meet the proper standards during this festive season.
An inspection team headed by the Consumer Affairs Authority's Special Investigation Unit, OIC Pradeep Kaludararachi, visited several food outlets in Petha today. The team's main point of inspection were the wholesale outlets located down Bodhiraj Mawatha. It was reported that many stocks of potatoes, onions and fruits for sale at several locations were not suitable for consumption. We also witnessed the manner in which substandard quality potatoes, onions and fruits which were sold along the sidewalks were thrown away and were later washed and resold by minor vendors in the area. Consumer Affairs Authority noted that they hope to create a more secure and safe market environment to protect lives and well-being of consumers in the country.
These onions and potatoes, which have substandard quality and which are unsuitable for consumption, are being cleaned and washed and put for sale back again by these vendors. So these spoiled items are only being purchased by consumers. Even fruits such as apples and oranges are being sold by displaying the good fruits in the front row and the others at the back are spoiled. So we have apprehended several vendors that are undertaking such illegal activities.
Apple ලබා දෙන කූට වෙළෙන්දු අපි කීප දෙනෙක්ම අත්අඩංගුවට ගත්තා.
New Year festivities got underway at the Newsfirst Ruhunu Vasantaya 2015 Alut Aurudu Sanakeliya at Sanat Jayasuriya grounds and Mahinda Wijesekara grounds this morning.
Crowds thronged to the Newsfirst Ruhunu Vasantaya 2015 Alut Aurudu Sanakeliya, which has been organised specially for the people of the South to enjoy the celebration of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. People from all over the island came in their numbers to take part in games and activities at the Newsfirst Ruhunu Vasantaya 2015.
With this Sinhala New Year festival taking place in the town of Mathura, organised by Newsfirst together with National Youth Centre, we hope that this will be a prosperous New Year.
I know that there are many parties who together with Newsfirst assisted in organising this New Year festival. We at Newsfirst appreciate the hard work, dedication and participation because organising such an event is not an easy task. This is a team effort and can only be done if we work together.
Newsfirst Ruhunu Vasantaya 2015 Alut Aurudu Sanakeliya was organised together with the Mathura District Secretariat and the National Youth Services Council of the Mathura branch. The public were given the opportunity to take part in races, traditional games and other festive activities. The Newsfirst Ruhunu Vasantaya 2015 Alut Aurudu Sanakeliya will end with an entertaining musical show.
Conducting affairs in keeping with the auspicious times is an important feature of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. Let's now take a look at several important rituals followed during the New Year.
Conducting affairs in keeping with the auspicious time is an important feature of the New Year. Village folk who mark this feature by felling a tree joined with the traditional ritual during the New Year following the traditions endemic to various areas of the country. The ritual involving water is one that dates back to the past. Village women still continue to engage in this tradition by walking to the banks of the river or tank and worship the water and head back with a pot filled with water collected from the river or tank. Another ritual involving water is one where a copper coin is put into the well which holds water all year long. This ritual too dates back centuries. Urbanization has seen the decline of such rituals being performed on the current context.
There
are not many wells, tanks or streams. There are not many water sources. Water comes to the houses through the pipe system. Therefore, there is an issue as to how people can comply with the age-old traditions. Yet these traditions can be followed. The water that comes through the pipes can be stopped before the inauspicious time. After the Nunagade, you can have a small clay pot and place a white cloth under it and collect the water from the tap or the pipe. Subsequently, based on religious following, you can engage in religious activities. If you are a Buddhist, you can visit the temple and pour the water to the Bo tree. If you are a Hindu, you can also visit the Kovil and do the same.
The clay pot that was used to mark the end of the old year can be cleaned with clay and used once again to welcome the new year with new intentions.
We do not have the traditional stove. We now use a gas-powered stove. How can someone in an urban area follow this tradition? You can switch off the stove before the inauspicious time, then you can follow the traditional New Year rituals accordingly.
Now, with the dawn of the new year, a mountain of vegetables are being piled at the Dambulla Economic Centre these days. The Dambula Economic Centre has been receiving almost 1 million kilograms of vegetables within the past 2 days.
Because there was a good price for vegetables last week, farmers thought that many vendors will come to purchase vegetables just like during the last New Year, as there is an excess, and that they will purchase it for a good price. Because the vegetables that were harvested were specifically for the New Year, there has been an excess. What is the reason behind the low sales this season? The main reason behind this is due to problems faced in transportation. When we make a 7-hour journey from Colombo to Dambula, the roads are in a dilapidated state. That is why a large number of businessmen from Gaul and Mathura did not come to purchase vegetables at the Dambula market. This is a massive blow to us. We think that this is the reason behind the excess of vegetables.
There was only one solution in order to clear the excess vegetables. This was to provide these vegetables as food for elephants living in the Digampataka Sigiriya.
We have spent hundreds of thousands of rupees, and now we have to give these excess vegetables for elephants living in the reserve. We would like to request the Minister of Food Security to inform the Ministry of Agriculture with regard to this and purchase these vegetables through Satosa and allow consumers to reap the benefits.
Moving back to some local news now, a search and rescue operation is underway to locate a woman who remains missing after a van fell into the Inginimitia reservoir today. Her father, mother and son, who were returning from the Nan area fair, had met with this accident. The father and son have been rescued. However, the mother, 45-year-old Saman Kumari, is yet to be found.
And that's a wrap of tonight's edition of Primetime News. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Florine Rajendran.
And I'm Sharon Silva. Take care and good night.